Hello there. Today I'm going to show you my Francis Ford Coppola collection, and I have three sets. I'll start off with three sets of the Godfather. This is a DVD version of The Godfather. There's 5 discs. We have special features, all supplements, some really good information on that. Then we have the first Godfather film, Godfather. Then we have Godfather Part 2 and Godfather Part 3, which is my favourite of the Godfathers. I read many years ago David Yallop's book In God's Name, and to me Godfather 3 is kind of the Godfather universe and the David Yallop In God's Name book kind of married up to each other. And if you're not familiar with In God's Name, please go out and get a copy, and you'll be quite shocked. And then watch Godfather Part 3 and you see what was going on in that film. I recently watched, last year I watched Godfather Part 1, and I happened to have, at the time I had a 3D converter where this gadget, I think it was a coing device, and I moved and I misplaced the object, the coing device, when I moved, and I was able to watch The Godfather in 3D, and that was pretty scary, especially with the horse's head scene in a 3D format. I also watched The Exorcist in 3D. That was very scary. And I have to say, the upscaling, I'm always impressed with a good upscale, and these DVDs are well worth having. I'll explain why I'm going to keep the DVDs is because Francis Ford Coppola recently re-released Godfather Part 3. As you can see there's Godfather Part 3, and he released it as Godfather Coda. And so he's no longer releasing this particular version of The Godfather, and that's just a keepsake from that particular format, and it's no longer available, but you can pick it up. I'm sure you can pick it up in charity shops, second-hand shops, and they might be even a few floating around in new stores and stuff like that. But it's always worth your while to get DVDs. As I said, I get them mainly because the upscaling technology is always quite impressive. Some more than others, but there you go. I also have The Godfather on 3D, and this is the 3D version of The Godfather. And there's some nice swag in here as well. I have some postcards. Put it on. Try and open it up. Do a bit of unboxing. Yeah, it's just, hold on. Yeah, it's this one. Oh, hold on. Tell you how often I look at it. There's this one of Robert De Niro. And you can actually frame it, put this up if you want to. And frame. And then put them all back. Hold on. I would put in Robert De Niro. We put him in the frame. There you go. Oops. It's a daisy. Now, what you also get in this pack, this Blu-ray pack, is the Godfather family tree. The writing is a little bit small, very spidery typing, but nonetheless, there it is. And that's in the Legacy, the Blu-ray Legacy edition of The Godfather. And here's the Blu-ray. I haven't watched any of these Blu-rays yet. We have The Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, Godfather Part 3, and special features. And again, this one is Godfather Part 3. It is not Godfather Coda. I have not watched Godfather Coda either. There it is, Godfather Coda, then on Blu-ray. And again, I highly recommend get your hands on either the audio version or the book version of In God's Name. And once you read In God's Name or have listened to the audio version, then watch Godfather Coda, and you'll appreciate what the aesthetics of this movie was all about. So we put this back in its box. As I said, I haven't watched the Blu-ray edition, this Blu-ray edition, so it'll be a good excuse for me to watch that trilogy in that format again. And now I have the 50th anniversary edition in 4K of The Godfather. And again, I have not watched the 4K versions of these excellent movies. Let me take it out. This comes in this kind of box. There's artwork here, we look at that later. Open it up. Letter from Francis Ford Coppola. You can see different images from the movie in the booklet, and some famous quotes. Yeah, imagine seeing this in 3D. Quite scary. Some more images, scripts, more quotes, more images, and this is again Godfather Coda. Again, I haven't seen it, haven't seen the Blu-ray, I've not even seen the 4K, so it'll be quite good and to see it in 4K and see if it is better than the 3D version. And here we are, we have the 4K disc. Oh, come out. Here's the 4K disc of The Godfather. Has Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. There's Godfather 2 4K, Godfather 2 bonus discs in 4K, and here we have Godfather Coda in 4K and the bonus material in the 4K. But that's unusual. Most of the time you'll just get the bonus features on the Blu-ray, and that's about it. But it's unusual to see them in a separate disc in 4K. Well, I haven't seen any. That's Godfather Part 2 4K. Godfather Part 3, Godfather Coda. That's this one, and this is the Blu-ray. This is the 4K. Then we have the Blu-rays. Whether these Blu-rays are an improvement on these Blu-rays, I'm not 100% sure. But we will be rewatching The Godfather a good few times, so I will have a good experience of rewatching it on various formats. And it would be nice to get a culling device again to watch stuff in 3D. But then again, if the 4K is good, you don't need a culling device. And the special features and the special features. And then that's the end of the kind of booklet. And we'll show you the artwork that comes with the booklet. Robert De Niro. Al Pacino. Nice ring on the pinky. Almost like Dr. Evil. And there we have Marlon Brando as the Godfather. And there are steelbooks available as well of the 50th anniversary editions. I'm kind of half tempted to get them, because steelbooks always look well on a shelf. So that will mean me having at least 4 sets of the one movie, one trilogy. We have the 4K, we have the DVD, we have the Blu-ray, and then we'll have the 4K steelbooks. Now, I have 4 other Francis Ford Coppola movies, so we'll go back to the earliest ones. Have this one, Conversation. I just recently watched it, and it's one of those movies where you kind of get bored watching it while you're watching it, but you kind of stick with it. And then there's a big reveal at the end and a big bit of a twist at the end of it that you're not expecting. And then after you've watched it, after you kind of were bored by it, you then start to think about it a little bit. And so I'm kind of thinking this is kind of both a hit and a miss at the same time. And not for everyone. It's kind of a art house kind of movie, but if you like slow spaced thrillers like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, in that kind of zone, then this is for you. and I kind of keep it. I was kind of on two minds: should I give it away to someone or keep it? I think I'll keep it. It's kind of builds up a kind of a nice aesthetic, Francis Ford Coppola aesthetic. Now this is a fantastic movie, absolutely amazing. Marlon Brando is in it, just like in The Godfather. Harrison Ford, Charlie Sheen, and it is just an amazing 3 hour movie. It's even more amazing on 4K. Just absolutely fantastic. You think you're in the movie. You don't need 3D to experience it, and it's just brilliant. It's just a fantastic movie, very rewatchable, and just an absolutely fantastic classic and well worth having in your collection. And this is a total reference quality 4K disc to have in your library. I would highly recommend Apocalypse Now. Next up is a Blu-ray, and it's completely different type of film. It's the Cotton Club. Absolutely love this. I watched it once. I will watch it again. It's absolutely fantastic. And I looked up the Nicholas brothers, which who are part of the Cotton Club on YouTube, and they have some fantastic Nicholas brothers from back in the day. With Cab Calloway, and it's just well worth your time going to those old videos on YouTube and seeing the real guys in action. It's just standard package. Here's a digital copy. You want a digital copy, you can screenshot and pause and screenshot, and there's the code there. Enjoy. There's special features on it, and I'm not sure whether this is coming to 4K or not. But it's an absolutely fantastic movie, and very different from Godfather, very different from Apocalypse Now. But they're kind of elements of more of the Godfather kind of put into this as well, but still a very different movie. And then my last Francis Ford Coppola movie I'm going to show today is Dracula. And I absolutely love this movie. This is absolutely fantastic. Again, fantastic in 4K. Is it a reference quality? Not necessarily, but if you do have 4K, this is definitely well worth picking up. And it's just, I love Gary Oldman. One of the few Winona Ryder movies I do really enjoy with her in it, like Keanu. Just enjoyed the whole shebang. And there's the 4K disc, and there's the Blu-ray with the special features. And I'll be looking forward to the Nicolas Cage Dracula film coming out called Renfields. And that's coming out this year, I think, so that will be worth looking at. And that's my Francis Ford Coppola collection. Short little video, but small collection, but they're heavy tomes. And I will look forward to finding more Francis Ford Coppola films, and I will see whether I'll get the Godfather steelbooks in the near future. So thank you for watching, and thank you for liking the video, and speak to you in the next video.